very confusing. Like the world has flipped and gone topsy-turvy, or madness has happened. I know, I'm sideways. And the reason I'm sideways is because I thought maybe I would try going sideways. But I need your feedback. Is this insane? Like, is this madness? The nice thing is I have a bit more room to like show you stuff. Like I can actually open this notebook with more ease and not smack into the tripod legs. So maybe you can let me know what you think as we go. And if you really hate it, we can always flip back to the you know, like this way. What do you think? Is it horrid? The nice thing is, aside from me having more space, is if you want to watch on YouTube, like if you can't hang around for the full show, I always upload the videos to YouTube and you can check them out there and you'd have more viewing room. So let's just give it a shot, shall we? Hello to Norway. Ahoy, Mike. I am not wearing a Christmas jumper. It is just purple. Mine is just like boring old eggplant. Eggplant purple. Okay. Okay, so I'm also reading comments sideways. And actually, I thought this would be really confusing, but so far it looks okay on my end. So let's just carry on. And if you really hate it, let me know and I'll flip it around or I'll ignore you. We'll see. Okay, so today I have selected the Clairefontaine 1951 Clothbound notebook. Like this is the A5 size. And it's got like staple bound binding and fountain pen friendly paper. We have used it before because as you can see, we have done many things in this notebook. Many things. And I like this one, especially with the Pilot Parallel, just because I have more space to work with. So that's the notebook. And the pen is the Pilot Parallel 6mm. And the ink, as you can see, is Diamine Shimmering Fountain Pen ink. This is the Caramel Sparkle. Now, I can't remember if this was in the first release of the shimmering inks or the second, because they did the first batch of like 10 and then the second batch of more inks. So I can't remember, sorry. But here we have it. And I have a little swabby doobie to show you. Okay, so I'm gonna just move over a bit because I actually have more room here. Okay, first, the ink. A full bottle of this, 50 mils, is $20 US. Not terrible. You get a really fun ink. Okay, now let's look at this because, oh, what's that? Oh, it's the shimmer. It's, okay. This one has gold particles and other ones have silver. You can tell because the cap matches the particle color. So in this case, it is gold. Gold! Sorry, that was supposed to be like gold, but with gold. It also comes with this little pamphlet, available in a wide range of wonderful colors with magical properties. Once dry on the paper, they reveal their special features. The pearlescent effect has a light-catching twinkle in either gold or silver, taking handwriting to a new level of sophistication. And on the back, it says, shake well before use. For best results, use a wet/broad nib pen. So I have selected the one of the wetter, broader nib pens I have. Okay, let me see. Okay, hello to newcomers. We are playing with Diamine Shimmertastic Caramel Sparkle, which should make you hungry, but not hungry enough to eat the ink. So I've already inked the pen, but because I did that because I wanted to show you the particles because they're really fun. Now the particles, if you are unfamiliar with Shimmertastic inks, they do settle out of the ink, like they are particles. So you do have to swirl the bottle before you ink your pen. And a lot of people don't do that. And then they're like, oh, I have no shimmer in my writing. And it's because all your particles are sitting sadly at the bottom of your bottle. So make sure you rotate it and then you can ink it up. So I've done that. Here's my swab. The swab of Diamine Shimmertastic Caramel Sparkle. It's really nice. It's like a orange brown. It basically looks like a caramel like sauce, with a bit of more like a more red tone to it. And there's definitely gold particles. You can see them shimmering. I would not describe this as sheen. I call them particles because that's what it is. It's definitely particles. And typically the nice thing about shimmering inks is even on cheap, not great paper, like copier paper, you will still see the particles. So that's nice. Whereas with sheen, you only see that on fountain pen friendly paper. Question, how easy is it to clean out of a Pilot Parallel? It's actually super, super easy because, first of all, I use the converter for this one. And the converter has an open mouth, and I don't want to take it out because it's inked. But the end is open, so you can just flush it with water. And this entire nib section and little blue thing, it just pops out of the pen. So I just take the whole thing apart and wash it out. No issues. It's fantastic. I also put this in like nicer pens as well. You know, like some of my piston fillers, if I can detach the nib, unscrew the nib unit, and I have no issues with it. It's great. I do not put it in anything like a power filler because I cannot disassemble the power filler to get into the back end of it. So let us do some handwriting. We're gonna write caramel, I guess, because I wrote C and I don't know what else to write. It's really a very pretty ink. It's warm. The gold particles are just super pretty. Now, someone asked in a previous episode, maybe 2 episodes ago, if I could do something festive with shimmering inks, and unfortunately I don't have a whole lot of festive shimmering inks at hand, but I thought, like, I really like this color and I thought it would be nice because it's delicious. So hopefully you will also enjoy it. I also think it's underrated because a lot of people don't like brown ink so much. So maybe this would give the caramel sparkle some love, and then maybe you'll want to try it out. You don't have to commit to a whole bottle. You can also get a sample, but like, personally, I don't waste my time with samples. I just want the bottle. Okay. I can write your name. Let's do that now. There's also another question. How long did it take me to learn calligraphy? I've been doing calligraphy for probably about 5 years. I'm not the greatest because I do not practice every day. And I would definitely not call myself an expert or anything even remotely close to an expert. But I really enjoy it. I spend a lot of time like working with pens, obviously. And for me, it's just really fun. It's really satisfying. And the thing is, you don't have to have super expensive supplies to do calligraphy. I mean, this is a $10 pen. I've had this for, I don't know, like 8 years. I use it constantly. It is never uninked, and it's great. What kind of pen is this? This is the Pilot Parallel. This is the 6mm size. It comes in 4 sizes, and this is the largest one. Oh, I forgot to do that. Often what I do is like kind of do my own calligraphy thing, which is why it always looks terrible. So. And I know those of you who have been here before, I go on and on about the Pilot Parallel, but I mean, look how cool this is. Look at the wide strokes and then the tiny little strokes I can make here. It's really awesome. It is a really nice color ink. It is sort of autumny, yep, definitely. And it makes me think of like caramel apples that you get at like autumn fest, like a fall festival, like the caramel on the coating of the apple. Okay, so the pen, yeah, I'll just show you you can see the particles in the feed there. That's kind of nice. It's always fun. Let's do, how about let's just write Pilot. Should Pilot ever join, they will know how loved they are. I love you, Pilot. I'm writing slowly, only because I want to have full ink coverage with the particles, and also because I'm trying to keep the little plates like aligned with the page, because you can rotate them and you can write at angles, obviously, because that's what I did up here. But see, if you go really quickly, you don't always get everything on the page. And that's not a flaw of the nib. It's more so like the page like curls, and if it's like an uneven surface, then you're just going to get a little bit of a gap. So also I'm writing on a stack of paper here. So if I was writing just over here, wouldn't be an issue. So caramel, let's do some nice, okay, let's do some hideous swabbing here. It doesn't take super long to dry, and what might surprise you is it is not as smudgy ink, so it's not going to smear all over the place when it has dried, so that's really nice if you're a left-handed writer, or if you just don't want your ink to smear. So this is a really light swab of it. Of course, up here is darker, and we can compare that to the actual swab. Thank you for joining. I mean, it is Friday. Yeah, you gotta go to work. I'll be here later. Later being next Tuesday. Question from SBRE Brown. Do you prefer regular caramel or caramel with sea salt? I actually like caramel with sea salt or chili caramel. Amazing. Does the glitter settle down inside the pen? What happens then? The glitter, it does settle inside the pen, and typically what I would do, I just rotate the pen like this. It just to kind of swirl the ink around again, and it gets going. No issues. If you have swirled it properly before inking, then you should have an even amount of ink to particle ratio, and just swirling it like this will be sufficient to get it going, like to get the particles smeared around. Okay. Yeah, there's a dessert at this place here, and it's a sticky toffee pudding with chili salted caramel, which is unreal. I mean, it's just like it's the most magical, best of both three worlds, all of it. I don't know, it's delicious. Okay, so let us carry on. It's a very interesting color because when it's not super saturated, it's like a light yellowy brown, and then when you have the darker regions, like in the swab where it's more saturated here, it's like more red. Chili salted caramel. I think the real question is, do you prefer chocolate sauce or caramel sauce? Like, that's tough, right? Hello! Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I didn't start with that today. Hello! So how is the what is it called? Landscape orientation working out for you guys? Because I know that means I am sideways and you're typing like with your phone, you know, the other way. Is it okay? Is it working out well enough? Is it advantageous to see more of the notebook? Hello has become a thing. Yeah, yeah. Life is too short to limit yourself. Okay, I can't argue with that. So it's like caramel sauce and chocolate sauce. Okay, I can deal with that. Aside from being a nice pen, like it's really fun for practicing. I really enjoy this. Okay, you like this orientation better than vertical. Excellent. Okay. Let me write hello. I really have been practicing my hellos, like hello, to see how weird I can make them. But I realized I was like inspired by Mrs. Doubtfire. I hope you have all seen Mrs. Doubtfire. You see more of the writing, so you like it. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so there's 2 votes for yes. And it's also easier for me because then usually the tripod legs are in the way and I'm smacking into them. So, all right, let's turn the page. Okay, so it is Friday, and that's exciting. I mean, I don't really have amazing plans or anything, but I think actually what I'm going to do today is just kind of what I'm doing right now, which is play with pens. Oh, goodness. No idea what I'm writing. If you have ink requests, you can always leave them as we are here in the chat. Okay, you can see better when I'm right to the right of the comments. Absolutely, that makes sense because I guess down here. Okay, so I think the comments for me cut off about here, so I'll try to stay over here. Thank you very much for the feedback, guys. It's hard to know. I mean, I want to make it great for you as well, not just me. So I'm glad to know that this works for both of us, especially if I stay away from the comment section. 4 for yay. Yay. Okay, now I'm going to write yay because I'm excited that you all have yayed this. And then we can wrap it up because I have probably wasted, I don't know, like 15 minutes of your Friday time. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your feedback. It's very helpful. All right. Yay. Another nice thing about this color is you have the like the gold particles, but the color itself is not wacky. You know, it's not like a hot pink or like a fluorescent yellow or anything. It's a nice like neutral color, has some shading to it. So it's, I think it's a nice option. And I mean, it's really beautiful with the particles. It's a lot of fun. And they have like 20 colors, so there's no shortage to choose from. Can you do more Ackerman inks in the future? Yes, I can, actually. I mean, the thing is, I sometimes coordinate with our hot stuff videos, depending on how much I have in stock available. And, but there's 2 shows a week, right? So typically I match the hot stuff ink on the Tuesday show, and then Friday I kind of do whatever I want. So that is excellent. I will take note of your requests, and I will definitely throw in some more Ackerman inks. Thanks so much, guys. This has been a very useful show. I'm going to write thanks in the most hideous way possible. This is not even a calligraphy style, so it's just madness basically happening. Thanks. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to wrap it up now, and I hope you have a wonderful, safe weekend, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.